Did buying a home just get really more expensive? It sure seems that way. This past Friday on March the 14th, the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, agreed to a huge settlement. They were getting sued, and so they agreed on a financial amount for compensation, but they also agreed to a few other things, one of which is to abolish the participation rule. The participation rule is what has set up what we've known in our industry for a long time, where when you go to sell a home, the commission you pay the listing agent is also split with the buyer's agent, and the listing agent actually makes an offer of compensation to the buyer's agent. What this means for the buyer is that as a buyer, you can use a realtor to represent you without having to pay them, because it's actually the seller that's paying for that. NAR has agreed to abolish that rule. How's it going to play out? We don't really know, but a lot of people are guessing that this means that now the buyer may have to pay for their realtor, for their buyer's agent. And this poses a lot of problems. If this is the case, I see three big things that are an immediate concern for me. Number one is our underserved community. Our underserved community are clients, buyers that may not have the strongest credit, may not have a lot of money set aside. These are buyers that need financial assistance. And if they're going to have to bring an additional 3%, which is what the typical buyer's agent costs, they may not be able to buy their home. On a $300,000 home, that's $9,000 extra dollars. And I have so many clients that they're literally coming down to the last $100 or the last $200 that they have so they can get into their home. This is going to wipe out a big swath of home buyers. And we've done so much to help these underserved people get into the home they deserve. It would be a shame to see that whole segment of buyers get wiped out of the housing market. Number two, and I've seen a lot of videos and chatter about what's happening over the last 48 hours. I haven't seen anybody mention this. What about our veterans? The VA loan is a fantastic benefit that we offer to our veterans. They've earned it, they deserve it. But the VA loan does not allow veterans to pay for real estate commissions. So does this mean that if they have to pay their real estate agent and they're not allowed to, now they have to go into a transaction without a buyer's agent, without any kind of representation? That would be a terrible, terrible tragedy, and we cannot allow that to happen. Which brings me to my third concern. I'm concerned that people will want to scrimp and save and maybe even go without a buyer's agent. And that's like getting sued and showing up to court without representation, without an attorney. It's a terrible, terrible idea. How's it going to pan out? We don't really know right now. We're going to find out. But if you're in the industry, I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this settlement, and how do you think it's going to impact us and all of our home buyers?